News this afternoon, we are working to learn more about a reported tour bus rollover in Genesee County.
The thruway is shut down at this hour. The eastbound lanes all closed at Pembroke after that rollover. This happened at around 12:40 this afternoon. What you're about to see is a look at traffic now being diverted from the crash. Again, both sides of the 90 are closed at this hour. Traffic is being diverted at 48A. That exit is the Depew exit. Now, alternate routes of travel are being requested by anybody looking to get anywhere in Genesee County at this point. Details are still very few at this point. We are still waiting to hear back from more in terms of authorities.
I did speak with Kaleida. They have told me that one patient is expected at Children's. They have activated a hospital incident command center. They say their teams regularly practice for these types of events. 2 weeks ago, they held a drill where people come in and they are actually dressed up in makeup and they practice for a mass casualty event. We are not saying this is that, but they have alerted that system. Now we have ECMC on the line as well.
Peter Cutler is the Vice President of Communications and External Affairs there for ECMC. Peter, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
Peter, what can you tell us about the response from ECMC from what we know, a very big event?
It was just as you were describing to your viewers. We, similarly to Kaleida, had activated our command center at approximately 1 o'clock today, having gotten the notification of the mass casualty incident on the thruway. So we've done that. We're calling a code triage within the hospital itself, which activates all individuals responsible for various actions through the course of the type of activity, particularly focused on our emergency department, but also our trauma intensive care units and so forth.
What sort of information, Peter, have you received so far that led you to activating that sort of response?
We were notified that patients are actually en route here. We are at the moment expecting as many as 4, one potentially via Mercy flight. But we know from what we've heard at the incident itself that there could be more patients in addition to those that might arrive in the next little bit here. We're not entirely sure precisely when they'll arrive, but we know that they're en route.
We had also been seeing some reports, Peter, of physicians being asked to come out to the crash site, specifically from ECMC, but we were looking to confirm that. Do you know if any of your physicians, emergency or otherwise, are being asked to actually go from the hospital out to the site?
Yes, we have a team that works, that is actually created for this type of event, unfortunately, and Dr. Brian Clemency is among them. He's an emergency department physician, and they work with AMR to go directly to these sites when these types of unfortunate events occur. So they are there. I can't tell you off the top of my head how many are actually there, but I know that Dr. Clemency, he confirmed to all of us in a communication that he was en route to the scene.
And then explain some of the training involved in activating these sorts of responses so that if a response like this does happen, you guys are prepared and ready.
Yeah, I mean, we go through these exercises all the time. And in fact, as you reported just a little while ago, there was a joint effort by us and multiple hospitals in the area just a couple weeks ago to go through a drill where we simulate just these types of mass casualty incidents. And so the folks here, being the only one level adult trauma center for all of Western New York, ECMC is well prepared for these types of events. We have very skilled clinical teams all ready and prepared to take care of the needs of the patients when they get here.
Peter, we are blessed to have many hospitals in this area that are equipped and that are now accepting these patients. We talked about Kaleida, we heard from Strong, we're hearing from ECMC. Do these hospitals, in this case, because they all are so adept and so equipped, do they work together in terms of where these patients go? For example, do the worst go to ECMC and or Strong because of their level of trauma, and then maybe less serious go to maybe a Kaleida facility or something like that? How does that work, that kind of communication?
Yeah, that's really more determined at the scene itself by the first responders and determining who needs what, and based on the various levels of injuries that have been sustained. And so they'll make that determination knowing that we're here for them. They know what we're capable of doing. They know what our skill sets are, as they do with all the other institutions as well. So they'll make that call, and we'll just be, as we noted earlier, we'll be here ready and waiting for any of the victims that have to be transported to us.
All right, Peter, thank you. We really appreciate this. This is a very busy time for you. We appreciate you coming on air with us.
Thanks.
We'll be in touch.
Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, tweeted out a short time ago in terms of the response to this crash. Here is a look at it right now. She says she has been briefed on her words, tragic tour bus accident on the thruway. My team is coordinating closely with New York State Police and local officials who are working to rescue and provide assistance to everyone involved. And to that end, our crews are responding as well. We, of course, here at News 4, like probably a lot of the media companies here, had a day planned. And that day was completely stricken this afternoon at around 12:40 when this bus rolled over. We have crews en route right now. We did show you earlier that some traffic was being diverted at 48A. That's the Depew exit. But our crews and even emergency crews are having a difficult time getting to that area.
Yeah, so I think the big thing now is if you are anywhere near that Pembroke area, just stay off the thruway this afternoon. 3 helicopters being sent from Mercy Flight already there. At least 10 Mercy Flight ambulances also asked to go to that scene. We will continue to update you on this event on air and online, WIVB.com.
This has been a News 4 special report. We now return you to